heard that your first song, that which got you limelight, actually was the one when they were asked you to translate it in Hindi. Was there a point where other members somewhere felt that they are not much seen as you? How was it sharing the stage with Sanam? Don't you feel isolated from the limelight?
Have originals, or like do my original work, not like copy the songs.
So was there a time you thought, or a moment you remember, that I want to become a singer?
If you can like make original music, please be on that road, not like taking someone else's thing. And
so you just said that you have grown up listening to some Indian music and
Yeah.
Bollywood songs. So if I ask you who's one of your favorite singer, who would you name? Like,
Arjit Singh, he's like very different.
and you have created a lot of your original songs and you play that, and you're really famous in the resorts for the same. So what's the story behind getting the award in the movie in the Maldives? Is there any moment where some person from the Bollywood or Hollywood industry reached out to you, the band, and if I'm not wrong, the name says Equatic Vibes, and in the Maldives it's actually really famous. So can you tell us more about your band?
We take boats, sea transports, and then we take flights in kind of a daily basis.
Equatic Vibes band is a boat. So who's the captain of the boat? Who's the anchor of the boat?
So we don't like take extra money because I'm the singer.
Or maybe you say that the foreigners are hiring the bands and everyone around, and that could be a problem for the current youth, or maybe for you guys somewhere. Do you know 9 more languages, if I'm not wrong? Like, 9 languages in total, including the Vehi, right?
Yeah.
What are those languages and how did you learn that?
Italian,
Indians.
Spanish, Indian. So Tittima means like pretty flower. So I made the song for her, and if she's watching this, Tittiema, Titti chaluma, Tittiema, Titti chaluma, Edigen Bindelam Benum Bima. We are blessed to be born in almost the paradise, or heaven on earth.
This was the song which you albumed and which you did not show any of the resorts. You also made one song, Intazare, influenced by Indian music. Can you tell us something about that to our Indian audiences watching this podcast? The music comes from the one who's most heartbroken. So is it a romantic myth that people are carrying? You called once a German engineer for making the first album. You are number 1 in Spotify and in iTunes in the Maldives. Are there any unglamorous movement for musicians nobody talks about or nobody knows about?
Each and every song takes like minimum 10 years.
So what are your views on auto tunes? Just now you mentioned about being live, and we have seen actually every other person singing with this auto tunes and becoming a singer. What is your views on that? What is the process of composing a song? So do you miss paparazzi in the Maldives, who are everywhere like in the Bollywood and Hollywood industry? So how is it to be a celebrity in the Maldives? Like, how do the people react?
That is like one of the best songs that I have written.
Was there a moment while performing you wanted to just walk off the stage and think that, oh my god, it's a terrible moment, I just want to go back now? And you have represented the whole of Maldives into the international platform. What was it like?
Some voices don't just sing, they create nations' emotions into their songs. Today's guest is one of those voices. He is a singer, a performer, and also a songwriter. He has represented Maldivian music in so many international platforms, won awards for that, including the ABU TV Song Festival. Behind the stage lights, he is also a father and a celebrity that is so grounded. Today's conversation is not just about music. It's about the movements, it's about the challenges, it's about the person behind the microphone. Please welcome Mr. Shammoon Mohamed. He is also the lead singer in one of the famous bands in the Maldives, Equatic Vibes, creating literally the musical vibes everywhere. They're number one on Spotify, they're number one on Apple Music, and he is greatly and powerfully known for his vocals and also the love for the island. Through his songs, he always tells what home feels like, what Maldivian music feels like. We have seen a lot of celebrities living the glitzy life, but he is the one who is actually so grounded but still not forgetting the culture. We are honored to welcome Mr. Shammoon Mohamed.
A warm welcome, Mr. Shammoon. I'm so happy you're here. You don't know how many people are waiting for this podcast, actually, you know. When I told them that you're coming, especially my students from the college, they're so excited to hear this. And when I want to start this, I just want to tell you one of my thought first, that whenever I look at you, you know, just one thought comes to my mind. I have been from India, Bollywood, you know, I've seen a lot of Bollywood, and then we influenced by the Hollywood industry. And there are celebrities who, you know, are celebrities and they show a bigger celebrity life and, you know, show off something, maybe in a good way or maybe more of that, that you have to keep up with the, you know, celebrity life. Then I got to know about you, and then I saw you, and then I realized suddenly, oh my god, there's someone who's living a celebrity life, having no time, and actually not showing it off. So, you know, it's really impressive. So, I want to ask you just one question. The first thing, you know, don't you feel isolated from the limelight?
Thank you so much for inviting me over for this podcast. And this is like my very first podcast as well.
Our pleasure.
And then, second of all, to answer to that question specifically, I think I don't feel myself like someone who's like a celebrity. So here in the Maldives, it's like really small. So each and everyone is equal in my point of view. So yeah, we are all human. So I mean, I could say that you are a celebrity as well. If thinking in that way, because you're also, your face is on TVs and stuff like that. So yeah.
That's impressive. Like, you really have a different prospect of it. But I was really surprised because, you know, you do a lot of, you everyday travel and you do 2 to 3 concerts and almost, I don't know how many in a week. There could be no count till now. So what was the first time that you felt that music is not just a hobby but a profession for me?
First of all, when I started like learning guitar, my first thing was to like have originals or like do my original work, not like copy the songs. So at that time I didn't have like anything on my back of my mind. I didn't have any clue that I would be like doing this like as a profession. So it was like, at the beginning it was like just a hobby.
So was there a time you thought, or a movement you remember, that I want to become a singer?
Not really, but then yeah, I mean, when I started like being with people who plays music for a living, and yeah, connecting with them made me like think of, but still at that time also I didn't like think of doing this as a profession.
So you just talked about original, you want to create, and you know, you don't want to copy. So I just remember, you know, going in a taxi and hearing a lot of Hindi songs and a lot of Bollywood songs here in the Maldives, which is sung in Divehi, or, you know, translated in Divehi. What are your views on that?
In my point of view, I mean, it's something very different from like what we think of about it, because for me, how can I say, it's kind of a tradition in the Maldives now. Like from the beginning as well. So uh, I'm not the right person to say this, but still I feel like it's like ripping off someone else's work. So I would say, if you can like make original music, please be on that route, not like taking someone else's thing and copying. But uh, I also grew up listening to those songs, so it's an inspiration as well. I wouldn't say that is like, you know.
Oh. So you just said that you have grown up listening to some Indian music and
Yeah, yeah.
Bollywood songs. So if I ask you who's one of your favorite, singer, who would you name? Like,
I would say Arjit Singh. He's like
oh,
very different, and there's another artist as well, Pratik Kuhad.
oh yes, yes. So Arjit Singh, when you said it is everyone's favorite actually, but do you know our heart is really broken now because he announced that he's not going to take any more projects. Are you aware of that?
Yeah, I've heard about it,
Yeah.
but I think I always think in a positive way. So the decision that he made is good for like upcoming artists who don't get the chances to like be in the Bollywood scene. So I think he's creating something different, or something which other artists can like not give up on. So I think the platform in Bollywood is mainly based on like the movies, and anyone who sings to a movie is like famous.
Yeah.
But
True.
like there are some uh, underrated artists who are really
Yeah.
good as well.
Yeah, but definitely you've given some different limelight to this thing that he is not, stepping back to step back
Yeah,
actually,
yeah,
but he is actually bringing front those singers who are
exactly.
not able
So,
to.
I mean, the chances that he get will be given to these
Yeah,
other
true.
artists.
True, true. He's creating a room for others,
Yeah.
definitely. And like, you talking about the songs and movies, even you have got awards for musics, in the movies, and
Yeah.
you have created a lot of your original songs, and you play that, and you're really famous in the resorts for the same. So, what's the story behind getting the award in the movie in the Maldives?
Um, it's like I write a lot of songs, so uh, I would say whenever I'm free, I would love to like have the guitar and start writing with the melodies. So I think I've written like over 1,000 songs now,
Wow.
and yeah, out of it, only a few is out there. People can
Okay.
hear only a few of them,
Okay.
and some of the movie makers or producers reach to me and asks me if are you interested in recording like songs to movies, and I would reply to them, if it is original, yes. If it is replicate or a Hindi tune, I would say I'm sorry, I wouldn't do that.
That's actually quite brave, and you talking about producers or, filmmakers reaching out to you. So, is there any moment where some person from the Bollywood or Hollywood industry reached out to you for?
Uh, I had one email which was mentioned that it is from a company from Bollywood
Okay.
where they want me to sing a song to their movie. And at that time, I was busy with my schedule as well. I'm actually a 5-piece band. We perform 4 nights a week. I mean, in a week we have like 4 regulars, and the other nights if we get a good amount or good pay, we take privates as well. So yeah, I mean, at the time when I got the email, we were like very packed. It was season as well. So New Year's Eve, let's say starting from August till March, we'll be like really busy. So we'll be traveling. We never know when we wake up, there might be a message, "Hey, are you guys free for a gig?" And we reply, "Yes, we are free." So, yeah, And when it is off season, we get quite a lot of time free. So I think when we can make money in the season, it's good to like work.
Just now you mentioned about the band, and if I'm not wrong, the name says Equatic Vibes, and in the Maldives it's actually really famous. So can you tell us more about your band?
um I would start off with saying that the band is part of my family as well. So we've been playing since 2010, I guess. We started
Wow.
off with like originals,
Okay.
and then we started like commercially. So in resorts we do cover songs.
Okay.
So but not like replicating the song and translating it, or like doing another, let's say, Maldivian lyrics to it. So we do like our originals. Apart from it, then we do cover songs, like some Hindi songs, English, Russian, Chinese, blah blah blah. We do a lot of language as well. And then I would say we all depend on the band. Five members. This is like our profession. This is like our work. So we say it's kind of our office. So we let me start off with this. We take boats, sea transports, and then we take flights in kind of a daily basis, but it's more like 3 days we travel by sea, and one day we travel with seaplane, either domestic.
So isn't it very tiring? Like, you're going to put your creative side on the stage, and every day you have to take an uncertain mode of transfer where you don't know when the delays is going to happen, because road transfers are quite easy, but when it comes to boats, ferries or seaplane, uh, it can be possible that maybe 2 times a week you're late, or maybe not reaching on time, or there's an uncertainty where you reach. How do you handle that?
If the weather permits, it's so easy. So like we've been doing this for quite a while, so we are very used to it. It's like part of our living, I would say. And if it is a rough day, yeah, we might be a bit late, but always the transfers are ahead of the gig time. So only on a very few occasions we haven't like got on time. Otherwise, yeah, it's always we start on like, if it is 9 o'clock, we start at 9.
Yeah, that's actually kind of really you can say behind the scenes thing that people don't see
Yeah.
behind the charm, I would say. And since you mentioned about the boat and we were talking about your band,
Yeah.
if I ask you if your Aquatic Vibes band is a boat, so who's the captain of the boat, who's the anchor of the boat, and who's the one who's the safeguarder of the boat basically?
I would say the bassist, or my brother. He's like my own brother, so he handles everything of the band. So I think he's the driving wheel of the band. But in the band, there's like everyone is equal, so we don't like take extra money because I'm the singer, or because he manages the band. It's not like that. We are on the same level as well in terms of money as well in the band.
That's interesting. And you mentioned like you being the singer, the main singer in the band. Like there are others, but
Yeah.
I have always seen you in the limelight everywhere. So was there a point where other members somewhere felt that they are not much seen as you?
Um, I'm not sure about it, but I think like everyone is so into the band, and in resorts we don't like have like a main vocalist. In resorts, it's more like each and everyone sings almost the same. So if I sing 2 songs, the other guy sings 2 songs and the other one sings 2 songs. So it's more of a balance, unless it is like quite a time where I or the other one should take, the charge in charge. So I have a lot of like dancey music, then the other one have a lot of rock music. So it's the other one have like mellow, easy listening. So it's like 3 different styles. So whenever in resort, whenever the other one is in need of taking in charge, it's like we always give the chance. But in Malay big concerts, I would say I'm the lead singer because almost all the songs are done by me. So yeah, I mean, we've been as a band for like more than 15 years now, and people think that I should be the one who's singing in Malay concerts. So yeah, I don't think like others are feeling anything like disappointed or they are feeling like left out. I think everyone is like thinking in a positive way.
Yeah, like, and you talked about resorts as well. So, one thing that I have noticed is mostly in the Maldives there are expats as well, equal to the locals. So, everything here is imported from, say, vegetables to everything. We import everything here. So, do you also think somewhere the talents are also imported and the locals are given less preferences? Or maybe you say that the foreigners are hiring the bands and everyone around, and that could be a problem for the current youth, or maybe for you guys somewhere.
It is happening.
Is
Sadly,
it?
it is happening here in the Maldives. I think it's uh, all around the world as well. So, but for our band, I think we don't have any issues on like getting gigs because there are like a lot of islands. But the beginners or the new artists, a lot of new artists struggle to like get gigs. But then the resorts, they hire like foreign bands for to make it cheaper, and like I mean it's sad, but I don't know what to say about it.
Yeah, I understand, but and also, you don't only sing in the Devehi language. You know 9 more languages, if I'm not wrong. Like, 9 languages in total, including the Devehi, right?
Yeah, yeah.
What are those languages, and how did you learn that?
So uh, we we as Maldivians, like as Maldivian musicians, we love to like make foreigners happy, and as a resort musician, I would say like uh, I mean it's a must for us to like try to sing in their language. So we have like a lot of Russians coming in, lot of Chinese coming in, lot of French people coming in, Italian,
Indians.
Spanish, Indians, Sri Lankans,
Yeah.
and yeah, Turkish, Arabic, yeah, and of course English songs as well, and our original Divahi as well.
Oh my God, like it's a lot, right? And
Yeah,
you
yeah.
you can sing in all languages.
I wouldn't say that, but yeah, I mean quite a few languages. Yeah.
That's totally great. So, talking about the songs that you have made and composed. So, I have heard that your first song that which got you limelight actually was the one when they were asked you to translate it in Hindi, and that's the Thima song, right? If I'm not
Titima
wrong.
song.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, what's the backstory of that?
Uh, Titima song is actually written to one of my cousin's daughter. So at that time, she was like a blessing to the whole family. So whenever uh, we visit her, it's a good time over there. So Titima means like pretty flower. So I made the song for her, and if she's watching this, she would know that it is for her. And even now she's like grown up now, I think 14. She comes to concerts as well. So whenever I'm singing, she's like in front row and with
Oh.
a big smile.
So do you want to sing a bit of it for her if she's
Yeah,
seeing?
yeah,
Yeah.
of course.
Go ahead.
Titti titti ema, titti 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 chaluma, titti titti ema, titti 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 chaluma, edigen vindelam benum vima.
Wow, amazing. I don't understand the Vehi that much, but trust me, I enjoy the music and the tone, tune, everything a lot. I have heard this was composed, written, and even sang by you, right?
Yeah.
Amazing. So, talking about you being in the Maldives and talking about the ocean, I would like to ask you, like, when you see the Maldivian ocean, what is the key? What is the note, like you see in the music, which gets you in your head seeing the ocean in the Maldives?
I would say there's a song. So it says Mage Rajya Hadarich, which means
Okay.
my Maldives is so beautiful. Hadhavarich, it's so very beautiful. So whenever I'm in the ocean or on land, on beaches, like I'm a city boy, but still I get to like travel every day, see the island life almost every day. So yeah, I would say uh, we are blessed to be born in almost the paradise or heaven on earth.
You should not say almost. I think it is a paradise, definitely. And yes, like you got it right. But, talking about these Maldivian oceans and talking about the music, and you talked about a song, if I'm not wrong, this was the song which you albumed and which you did not show any of the resorts?
Sorry?
Or it was some other
Yeah,
song?
yeah, yeah.
This
Thi-
was
thi-
the
this
song,
is the
right?
song, yeah.
Where you actually albumed, and it was the first album, and you didn't show any of the resorts and any of the luxury of the Maldives.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
you saw the real, like you actually saw the real Maldives, and you tried to picturize in that particular song.
Yeah.
So what's the, like, how did it came to your mind?
Uh, when we did the song, we were at a resort, of course.
Uh,
And but then we were at the beach. We were trying to like figure out what would be like suit in this certain environment. So yeah, I started. I think I still have the video as well. I would love to share it with
yeah, of
the
course.
listeners as
Yeah,
well.
yeah.
So yeah, I think that is the point where we started doing the or working on this song. So as I talk as we, it is like band members back then. Yeah.
Nice. So I will put the link definitely in the description box and tell all my audience to please, see the description link and see the real Maldives, because
Yeah.
even I tell to people, you should see the real Maldives and just not be fascinated by luxury and paradise and resorts, because actual paradise is way more than that. You also made one song, Intazare, influenced by Indian music. Can you tell us something about that to our Indian audiences watching this podcast?
Uh, so we grew up like listening to Hindi songs, watching Hindi movies, but unfortunately, I don't understand Hindi because I was more focused on like how can I say, doing like my original work. So I tried myself not to like learn a specific language so that it might influence more on the like my work, or I might be like doing like replicates as well. So yeah, I mean, maybe at that time I was thinking like that, but yeah, we grew up listening to like Hindi songs. So this specific song which says Intizare, which means like awaiting. Uh, in that song, I tried to like put more of Indian influence in the song. So we used flute,
Wow.
in the song, and yeah, the tune itself is like very uplifting. So yeah, most of the Hindi songs, they are like very. I mean, the songs that I listen to is more happy. So yeah.
Okay, so it puts me on one question, a big one question in my mind when you say that more of the happy songs that you listen
Yeah.
to, but we have a myth, or most of the listeners have a myth, that the music comes from the one who's most heartbroken. So is it a romantic myth that people are carrying?
Uh, I mean, I don't know anything about that, but I think the way I think is really different. So, uh, I mean, I also do like romantic songs, like sad songs as well. I try not to stick to one specific genre, but then I'm more into like happy songs. I love to like make people happy,
For example, say there was one song that you really loved, but
but the people
couldn't
didn't.
couldn't get much appreciations for the song, and the audience didn't, you know.
Yeah. Most of the time when we perform live, so people do listen to like each and every song, but yeah, there might be, because I've written a lot of songs, so not every song is like a hit, and not every song people likes like all the songs. But I would say there's this specific song that which I love, but lot of others don't know, that is called I don't really remember the name also, my
It's
original, but
fine.
yeah,
Yeah.
Askani. It's,
Okay.
yeah, so Askani means like uh, under roof, where like there's uh, a space where we can like hide or like not get wet while it's raining.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice, interesting. So you have a lot of interesting stories to tell, and one of them that I remember is you called once a German engineer for making the first album,
Yeah, yeah.
to shoot the album. So what was that?
Uh, so this is a really interesting story. I mean, I've shared the stage with one of very famous artist in India as well. I think you know Sanam.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we shared the same stage. So we
Wow.
were the opening band of Sanam live
Uh-huh.
in Maldives. So on that evening, we did like all our original songs, and there was one of the guy from the audience who came to us and said, "Are you guys interested in like recording these songs or making an album?" And then we said, "Yeah, we have like talked to like specific people who's doing like recordings here in the Maldives." And then this guy said, "Let's think more broader than this." He have a contact of a German engineer who
Oh.
would love to like work with Maldivians. Then we said, why not? Shall we give it a chance? I talked to all the band members. They were saying, "Yeah, let's do this." So that is how it happened, and I'm glad that the stage that we shared on the same night was an Indian artist as well.
And
So
that was the album which actually came into the limelight, right?
yeah,
To everyone, and you got another stepping stone to your success story.
exactly. Yeah.
Nice. And how was it sharing the stage with Sanam?
uh, uh we were like thrilled to like share a stage with a huge artist, so it's always like heartwarming to like share the stage with like other artists as well. But then I think Sanam is someone who's very different, so he was doing like, at that time he was like doing really good in cover songs. And then yeah, I mean, we were asked to like do the opening of Sanam show, and we were like, yeah, why not?
So I just want to ask you one hitting reality question here, that when you see artists from other countries, especially India's and UK, and
Yeah.
where people are really, the population is really big, and it is quite easy to get on that step of becoming famous, or at least approaching the audience, or the music reaching the audiences. And here we actually don't have in the Maldives that much of exposure somewhere. So do you feel that we are lacking somewhere behind in music, or related to the exposure, because we have huge things to share but we don't have a platform to share? What do you think about that?
I would say, how can I like explain this one? So it's more like we are also doing a lot of work to like promote our music as well. But then to record, it's a lot of cost. So we don't want like just to you know give it off for free. So we try to like put it on platforms where we can get money. So over here in Maldives, it's more like everyone is trying to like listen to everything for free. So like let's say SoundCloud and stuffs like that, rather than listen to Spotify or iTunes. So yeah, over here it's really hard to make money out of music, and I wouldn't say there are not like many platforms, but then it is like hard to get money while this is like happening. So it's more like piracy.
And you mentioned Spotify. So you are number one in Spotify and in iTunes in the Maldives. So literally congratulations for that.
Thank
You
you.
know, it's a big thing. And even the first fan, international fan that reached you was an Indian, right?
Yeah.
So how was it? How was the feeling when someone not from your home country but from somewhere else telling you that they love your work? How's that feeling?
It's always like uh, good and happy to like get a feedback from someone who doesn't understand our language. So like this Monday, let's say, yeah, we perform Mondays in Kureddo. So there was this Bulgarian guest who came to us and showed us the video of one of the videos uploaded in YouTube. She was like, she was having dinner while we started off, and there was another like repeater guest who always requests the same song, which is like our original. So when we started singing, she was at the dinner. She came in, and she was like in front row waiting. And once we took a break, she was like waving at me. Then so I went, and I went to her, and then she showed me the video. And she did like this. She it's I don't think she knows how to like talk much in English. So she was like doing like very good.
Oh.
Yeah. So there are like quite a few moments where we get like that those happiness or those pleasure out of music. Yeah.
Yeah, and performing in the resorts, everyone sees the glitz movements and the good movements. But are there any unglamorous movement for musicians nobody talks about or nobody knows about?
Uh, yeah. At some resorts, they don't treat well to the musicians. Like, the places where we go, we are treated really well, really good. But I've heard stories from other artists as well getting like mistreated from some of the resorts where the artist goes to like perform for the guest, but then they are treated like, how would I say, like not in a good way, where when we go on the stage we don't feel like giving it a good shot or giving a good performance. So when we started also, we did have some issues as well, but that's like way back. But now things have changed. I think most of the resorts, they would treat us really good, and I think almost everyone tries to treat everyone good, but then yeah, at some places.
And me, I would repeat this thought that me being foreigner, but I'm very close to my students who are especially locals and my audiences. So most of them says that they want to become a singer, they want to become an artist, but then somewhere Maldives being the tourism industry, do you think they are much more focused on the tourism, and somewhere the other arts are lacking behind, not giving much of the focus or the platforms they should get?
For the singers, I would say there are plenty of resorts. So I think uh, if they start doing this work, like being committed to this work, and let's say start replacing the foreign bands which is coming from abroad, I think that is where everyone starts to like think, yeah, there's always a chance for us here in this field in Maldives as well. I mean, then if there's like artists who would love to do their original music, yeah, there's the film industry or the movie scene where they can do good as well. But then if they want to like do it audio wise, or let's say international platform wise, now everything is so easy, so everyone has the whole world in their hand. So I mean, it's like how would I say, uh, one tap from your phone and everything is like on the internet.
Yeah. So definitely, like, it would be definitely a motivation for the youth listening to
Yeah.
this. So if they want to become a person one day like you, what message you want to give to the youth or the budding singers or artist who's looking at you right now?
I would say
Okay.
discipline and being patient. So this each and every song takes like minimum 10 years here in the Maldives to reach to the audience. uh, I mean, there are some songs which I have sung like uh, let's say way back and not recorded, only in live events. But now even when we have a concert, people request to those specific songs where we haven't had any recording on internet or on anywhere. So uh, I would say like there will be like few people who always follow you, and if unfortunately Maldives is so small, uh, I mean, and it's like scattered, so small and scattered, so it's really hard to reach the audience where, let's say, in Addu, the Addu city is really big, but there are like people who don't get the chance to see us performing because we always perform here in Male, the capital city, and there are people who listens to our songs in like, let's say, Hadal, up north, but then we don't get the chance to like go there and perform. Only on Eids we get the chance. So yeah, I mean, to read like the audience, it is really hard. I mean, if if you want to like play live, so we love to like perform live, and almost all the shows that we have given is like live, so we don't do any overdub or recording.
So what are your views on auto tunes? Just now you mentioned about being live,
Yeah.
and we have seen actually every other person singing with this auto tunes and becoming a singer. What is your views on that?
I mean, if you want to become a singer, I think autotune is for only karaoke singers, I would say.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, but then there are some voices which is like really good to ears. Um, I mean, using autotune is like very normal here in the recording industry as well, not only in Maldives. Like let's say in Hollywood as well. So yeah, I mean, at a certain point it was a trend as well, and then like while doing live also they use the auto-tune, like pitch benders and stuffs like that. So yeah, I mean, I would say it's a personal choice, but if you want to like really sing, please omit auto-tune.
Yeah, definitely. So, how did you manage to learn music? Because being from that time, you being in this field since 20 plus years, and your band is there since 15, 16 plus years. So, learning music in a local island to the time where nobody actually knew about music and things approach very slowly here. How did you manage without the music schools and no platform at all?
uh, 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 we did have a music shop, but
Okay.
we didn't have a music school when we started. Only the music school would be the brass band, or if there's like a music room in the school where a band can practice. So I wasn't in any brass band as well. So I was more focused on like uh, doing my own thing back then also. So I was like collecting money from uh, my parents while I was studying. So the first guitar that I bought was the money that I collected within 2 years. So yeah, I mean, I had myself invested in, I think, what I'm doing right now back then also. So yeah, I mean, maybe I was like too committed for it. And then I started learning by checking on internet, and like some of my brothers and neighbors, they do like play guitar outside our home. So whenever I see, I try to like focus on their both hands what they're doing, and I go in and I try.
Living in the ocean, living in the silence, living in such breezy waves, what do you think, like, does it make easier to write the songs? And if anybody, a person with no music knowledge is just curious to know what is the process of composing a song.
uh for me, I think it comes like, now it comes like more naturally, I would say, because it's, if I want to like start off doing something, I would take the guitar out and start like strumming and trying to like follow up with words, follow up with the melody, and that is how I do songs. But there are some other artists who work like on the lyrics first and then on a melody. Uh, I would say for me it's easier with all along with the melody and the lyrics at the same time.
Okay. So, what is one thing that you think, talking about the melodies and talking about the songs here, what is one thing that in the process people think it's about the singers in the limelight that is completely wrong? One myth everyone has about the singers.
Which is wrong.
Yeah.
Uh, Most of them think that we singers or artists are like living a celebrity life here in the Maldives. But no, we are also normal humans. So we have the same daily routine as like the listeners. So the only difference is that we can sing. Yeah, I think we are all human. So, I mean, we also have to like manage our normal life and artist life. So here in the Maldives, I try to blend both of them and try to live a normal life. So I wouldn't say there's a much of a difference between the listeners and the artist.
So, do you miss paparazzi in the Maldives who are everywhere, like in the Bollywood and Hollywood industry?
I would say it's really easy for us. If there are like paparazzis all around, it would be very difficult for us to like breathe in this small place. So in the Maldives, I would say we wouldn't get even time to like, if if there were paparazzis to like go out and enjoy this beautiful beautiful country, I would say.
Yeah, true. And it's not easy being a celebrity in the countries where there's a lot of population and lot of reach. You can say one side of that is that as well. So how is it to be a celebrity in the Maldives? Like, how do the people react? Was there a time where you're not able to, stand on the roads locally or go and buy a grocery to the grocery store? How is it like?
I mean, for me, it's really easy. So, I mean, sometimes we do get like people coming over and asking for picture. So for me, it's nothing. So, I mean, I don't take it as like something which is like very celebrity, because everyone takes pictures, right?
Yeah.
So, and here in the Maldives, it's obvious if there's a beautiful sunset with the horizon, like the water and the sky, everyone takes pictures. So for us, it's like something very simple. And I wouldn't say like I feel more celebrity when they come and take pictures, because it's a normal thing here in the Maldives.
So when you basically, sing songs, there are always some songs that are very close to our heart, right? So what is that one song you feel is very close to your heart?
Um, there's one song called Gellifa, which means like struck or like stuck somewhere. Like, yeah. So that specific song, it's on YouTube as well. So I would say it's one of the best songs that I have written. People, I think a lot of listeners also would agree for that. Yeah, that is like one of the best songs that I have written, and which
So,
is like,
yeah.
yeah,
So you're talking about being stuck, right?
yeah.
So was there a moment while performing you wanted to just walk off the stage and think that, oh my god, it's a terrible moment, I just want to go back now and
Not
some.
really. So like I do it with a passion. So I think, yeah, I didn't have any time. I always enjoy my time on the stage, and yeah, there are some moments where we got like you know bad feedbacks, but we didn't like, we always take everything positively. So yeah, I wouldn't say there were any moment where I wanted to like leave the stage, because I love to like own the
Yeah.
stage or have the moment.
So was there a time you become very emotional while performing by the love of the audiences? And there are also some guests in the resort that specially comes to see your performances, and sometimes they book your stays to book the stays to see your
Yeah,
performances.
yeah.
How does it feel?
For us, Kureddu is like, I would say a lot of guests, they when they come, they always text, "Are you guys here on Monday? Because we really want to see you guys twice." So
Oh.
a lot of people try to like be there 2 Mondays. So let's say a lot of people traveling from UK, they come here for a week or maybe 10 days. So within 10 days, they try to like be here on both Mondays. So yeah, it's a good feeling, great feeling, like people who would want to come and listen to us. But yeah, I mean, I would rather say uh, when there are special moments when those guests ask us to like sing our original songs. So yeah, I mean, it is more special than like people come in book in these 2 days to see us.
And I think that love of the audiences only made you go to the international platform, and you have represented the whole of Maldives into the international platform. What was it like?
Uh, I mean, I think every artist get this chance to like go every year. So when I was given the call, I was like, okay, this is my time to like go and sing Mageraj, which means my Maldives. So yeah, it was thrilling to like represent Maldives in front of like one of the largest population in the whole world. And yeah, I mean, I think I would never like regret going and performing in front of Indian audience.
Would you like to sing bit of the song for our Indian audiences, or to for the local audiences who want to, listen again about the Maldives? Okay, so here is Mr. Shammoon with the guitar.
Yeah.
It literally feels the ocean got its pearls right now, and I can see your face. You become suddenly so happy, and that's the sign of being a true artist. So, do you want to sing the song about Maldives that you have written?
Yeah.
Little bit. Go ahead.
Bindalaaralugondu dusha Ivaderagu kamfata Bindalaaralugondu dusha Ivaderagu kamfata Riche bunang hingamajehilang Mimaholuga indevini Magera hadariche hadhavariche Magera hadariche hadhavariche Magera hadariche hadhava riche pa ra ra pa ra ra pa.
Wow, beautiful. I would literally clap for it, and if it would be on me, I would stop asking questions and just listen to the songs and sit here. Okay, so do you know Hindi songs as well?
Yeah.
Any of the Hindi songs, if you can sing for our Indian audiences?
Yeah, let me try this one. देख लो हमको करीब से आज हम मिले हैं नसीब से हो देख लो हमको करीब से आज हम मिले हैं नसीब से हो ये पल फिर कहा और मंजिल फिर कहा हो गजब का है दिन सोचो जरा ये दीवानापन देखो जरा तुम ही अकेले हम भी अकेले मजा आ रहा है कसम से
Yeah, it was lovely. For a minute I forgot that I'm sitting in a podcast right now. So I thought I'm just sitting in a music concert. So talking about something that is most prestigious things in your life, of course music is there, but you're also a father.
Yeah.
So how does becoming a father to a beautiful daughter feels like managing the success side by side?
I would say like she's the blessing, and I think like she's my to the go person that I'm doing this. Like yeah, I would say she's a good like good force where I can like do this as I'm doing right now.
And you keep going.
Yeah.
talking about another important thing in your life, that is the band.
Yeah.
Right. So do you want to tell us about more about the band, about the members contributing
yeah.
to it?
I would love to. So let me start from the bass player. So my band's bass player is my brother, my own brother. I mean, he's the one who's like, uh, doing almost everything regarding the gigs and everything of the band. Like, yeah, he's maybe, I would rather say he's the manager of the band as well. The uh, driver, as you said, of
The boat.
the boat, yeah, the captain, yeah. And then there's the drummer, who's like one of the best drummers here in the Maldives, especially the traditional one, Bodobero. So he's also a very well known person in that field, and I would say like a lot of like upcoming artists follow him in the traditional Bodobero, and he have represented the Maldives at a lot of international platform as well.
Okay.
Yeah, and we three of us have been together since the beginning. So then there's Musto, the lead guitarist and the singer as well. He's also really good at singing. Uh, he's a very funny guy as well. So like everyone loves him, and he's a bit sick than us. Yeah, I mean, but still, yeah, we love him a lot, and he's my roommate as well. Whenever I'm like we share room, and then there's Haisham. Uh, he's also like one of the best singers in the Maldives as well, and he's really good at guitar and singing as well, and he's a good team member. But he's like the youngest member of the band. I mean, in like band wise, band has
Oh.
been playing for quite a while, so he's the one who's joined us recently.
Of course, it was a great and musical conversation with you, Mr. Shammoon, and we really enjoyed, and you added that musical tone to the environment after all. So, what do you want to sing at the end for our audiences sitting out there? Which language you want to sing it in? Because you're open and you know 9 languages of all. So,
I would say I would sing a Dive song.
yeah, please go ahead.
Hamma himmenkam veyevasha ikkani veri vimata. Hamma huae mashangi sasve ikkani veri kamita. Dane duwastang ahum furihin ikkani veri kamuga. Vanang handantang ikuga furihin ufavane gotuga. Hamma himmenkam veyevasha ikkani veri vimata. Tiu fatake hitu terega alavie hingufava. Tihandantake abadu hituga alavie lobi mitura. Furima Rovene.
Amazing. I wanted to ask you, if you were not a singer, what you would be, but I think you are perfectly a great singer and you are an amazing singer, and there's no room for that doubt. So,
Thank you.
thank you so much for being into the podcast, creating this musical vibe, and definitely in future we look forward to having the podcast with all of the Equatic Vibe members.
Hopefully.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.